Hey guys, good morning, Creator Mom. Saturday. It's pretty humid around here. Anyways, yesterday I had quite a day. I kind of felt I was very more so like on the sad, overwhelmed, emotional place, and I think that it was due to improper sleep the past couple of days. Although, maybe there's real situations in my life that I could attribute it to, but today I feel way better, and I think that it just reminded me how important proper sleep is, because it could totally shift your whole mood. Okay, so the thing that I found interesting about yesterday is my mood was so, down, and my mother, who is narcissistic, called me, and I was like, wow, that's interesting, because she doesn't, it was just like, wow, I'm in a low mood, and it was almost like I was in the perfect place to, I don't want to say attract negative energy, and I ain't blaming myself either, but I just found it peculiar that I was feeling low, and then she calls me because I know that it's like, that's gonna add to my already feelings of what I was already experiencing. So, and yeah, it didn't make me feel any better to speak to her. It kind of just went along with my current state in a way. But I had an interesting realization as I was talking about this experience to someone that I speak to. And she asked me, I was talking about how when you have to gray rock a narcissistic parent, and even if you have to go no contact or low contact, the feelings of guilt that are involved are they suck, because it kind of goes against your nature to like gray rock. So for instance, if a narcissistic parent is like telling you about their situation, or telling you, oh, like, I'm sick or something, they want to garner empathy or whatever from you. But now that you're gray rocking, you don't engage that way. You kind of just are, refrain from giving too much emotion about things. You're kind of just like, okay, and I feel like that can be very confusing and very disheartening to have to do. And I felt like, how could I do this? This person has done so much for me, or at least that's the programming that we're giving. Look how much I've done for you, and you're going to treat me like this. So it's that kind of cycle of thinking that kind of takes over. Oh, well, and you start thinking about ways that maybe they have helped you, and maybe it hasn't even been that much. But in any way that they do help you, you're like, oh my God, well, they gave me, this when I was going through a hard time or something. But see, it's just like, if you're dealing with someone who is altruistic narcissist, that's part of the cycle. I think that's part of the cycle to do that. So it's like we have to break that cycle. I guess that's what's supposed to be helpful about no contact, right? So anyways, yeah, feeling this guilt about, oh, well, they helped me in this way, and then this person told me, well, how about you? What are ways that you have given to them? There are ways that you have given to them, because they're not in this for nothing. There's things that they're getting from you. And I started crying. I started bawling, because I was like, oh my God, I'd never seen it that way. I always seen myself as a taker. Like, I'm just taken from them. I'm just hurting them all the time. Because that is the story. That is the storyline. That is the role that I'm playing in this story. I'm playing the role of someone who is selfish, who is hurtful, who just doesn't appreciate things, who doesn't care about this person. So that's my role in this person's life. When that's really not who I am as a person. And I think that breaking this cycle, it's like weird, because breaking this cycle kind of makes you be who they're saying that you are. Because when you have to gray rock, not that you're selfish when you're gray rock, but when you have to gray rock, you don't show emotion. You don't really engage with them. You remove a lot of emotion. You don't give them that part of yourself anymore. And so it's kind of like, it's like I don't know. Then it seems like you are. Then it seems like you're the bad person because you're gray rocking. You're no longer, you're pulling back. So, but, just realizing that, oh, I have given to this person. Shit, it's so crazy because you totally do not see yourself as having given anything to the narcissistic parent. Because they never acknowledged it. They never acknowledge what you give to them. They're only acknowledging how you hurt them all the time. So, and when they do acknowledge you, one, it can be scary. If they say thank you, oh, you're doing such a good job at this, thank you for this. For me, it could bring feelings of fear, because I'm like, well, yeah, I know the next second is going to be like, you suck. Or fucking talking to you like a piece of shit about something you did wrong. Like a mistake you made. Like, I made a work-related, it wasn't even a mistake. I won't even call it a mistake, but I just did something that they saw seemed like incorrect or whatever. And the way that she spoke to me was insane. It was like, I can't even reiterate it. It was just like how you would talk to somebody like they're a dumbass fucking piece of shit. And that's how they see you. We have to remember that they're committed to misunderstanding us. They're committed to thinking we're a dumbass piece of shit. They're committed to not being proud of who we are. And they're committed to thinking that you are not a person worthy of them feeling proud of, because all they see is your massive flaws. And it's such a mind trip, Because then I'm like, well, is that what I'm doing to them? Seeing all that's wrong with them? And no, that's not the case. It's very confusing. What else do I want to say? So basically what I really wanted to say was just like but when this person asked me that question, well, what about how you have given to them? I was like, what? Given to them? Oh my God. I'm allowed to think that I've given to them. It made me cry. Because I never thought of that. Because again, that's never acknowledged in the dynamic of the relationship with the narcissistic parent. They don't acknowledge it. And if they do, secondly, I already mentioned, one, if they do say thank you for something or say you did a good job at something, it doesn't matter. It's automatically canceled out, because the next day they're going to talk to you like, very bad if you make some type of mistake. Secondly, if they say something sentimental like, I'll always love you, you best believe that there is going to be something at the end. There's going to be a catch. Like, I was told, oh, you're my daughter, I'll always love you, no matter how much you hurt me. That doesn't count. Saying that, like, that does not count. That is, I'm playing the martyr, you always hurt me, that is your role, you're a piece of garbage. But I'll always love you. I'll always love you, even though you're a piece of crap. You treat me like crap. So that is all that I want to share.